If
Morning,
we,
Frank.
Good morning, guys. How
Morning,
are you?
Frank.
So glad to have you join in. Just prepared a few notes for us to talk about and see if this is a idea that can work for us. I hope that it can, because did each of you have a chance to view the Laney College one, or have seen other types of productions similar to that in the past?
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
the Laney one. It was good.
Yeah. You have either of you done something similar in the past already?
We did it with the BMW when we first got the building
Mm.
with Sujoy, and it was horrible.
Oh, what was horrible about it? What went wrong? What didn't you like about it?
Poor video quality.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
Um,
it was pretty bad.
okay. Well, that was some time ago.
Yeah.
Technology has improved. All
Yes.
right. And so we have some things. Let me share a screen with you here and see if this we're on track with this. Yeah, so video info sessions for applied technology. So here we view the shop tour. So I think that what can make this successful in our presentations is we emphasize hands-on. We're going to do hands-on. We're going to do in the shop, in the classroom training this fall so that it's not going to be completely online. We want to emphasize that we've already practiced safety protocols in June. So this is, we're not shooting from the hip, so that the students can feel very, uh, feel at ease that these things have been thought out. And I'm sure on your end, similar to our end, we have only one entrance into a room space, only one exit out of a room space, only one entrance into the shop area, exit out of the shop area, and then of course the appropriate distancing between machine spaces. So that we can emphasize so that we put any allay any concerns that people may have with respect to coming back on board. It's a really mixed bag.
So
I'm
are you going to
concerned.
have groups of only one, or are you going to have possible groups of two?
Um, as far as group work goes, we may not, oh, let's see. Yeah, at most two, truly at most two, given the machines that we have and the spaces that we have. But even then, as they work in quote unquote groups, we have enough machinery to be able to accommodate students on an individual basis, except for, one or two classes, in which case, yeah, they're going to have to work in groups best as they can, but no groups larger than two.
Sure.
Yeah. And then we should also think about, hello, Mr. Reyes, how are you? Thank you very much for joining.
Yeah, sorry for I was late a bit.
No worries. And so we should also think about a game plan to have in place in case the county shuts us down. We may find that, as we begin, we'll practice all the protocols, and then all of a sudden somebody on staff becomes COVID positive, and somebody on staff becomes COVID positive. Who knows what the school will decide, or what the dean will decide, or what the health county will decide, and say, okay, well, you've tried this and this isn't going to work. So we got to, shut down the labs and put everything online. So we should think about a game plan also for conversion and completing the course if we ever get shut down during the middle of the semester. So things of that to think about. Before I move on to the next one, any thoughts regarding this particular page?
You're right on.
Okay, all right, let's take a look over here. And for video recording session, each discipline will be responsible for recording their own shop spaces. And it could be with something as simple as a smartphone on some sort of a handheld device, so that you have some degree of stability. And then for those shops that happen to have a little more advanced video photography equipment, then yeah, so be it. But plan out your visual tour. I thought that the planning of the Laney shop tour was very well done, with an overview of the spaces, with an overview and emphasis of ample materials and their stockpile, and then also then close-ups of skills areas that would be of interest to students. So naturally for our auto guys, when we're talking about okay, you're going to learn hands-on how to do brake replacement, and show real brake replacement, or whatever. I mean, you know your discipline best, and same thing, Adam. Your discipline best. What you want to emphasize with respect to some kind of close-up video shot, and they can be stills. They don't have to be videos. They can be stills, and they can be narrated over and described. We should be so plan out your visual tour. Write a script for what your narration is going to be, and practice that script in Canvas Studio. Canvas Studio is one of the easiest tools that to use. I didn't know anything about Canvas script before the summer training sessions that we've had through the school, and now I know a whole lot more about Canvas Studio, and it's a great place to practice your you can create your video and do your script and get a transcript that you can review and edit, and so you get to hear yourself and possibly even see yourself if this is what you want to present. And then we also have Camtasia for video editing. Now, Mr. Reyes, did you receive your copy of Camtasia yet?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay, that's great. And Adam,
how do we get access to that?
Camtasia video editing, if you contact Kristen will authorize, she has authorized for myself and then also Mr. Reyes, because we asked for it,
Okay.
Camtasia, and it is a great video editing piece of software.
Because years ago, the college used to have a bulk access to it, and then they dropped it off. There is a free one out there. It's called OBS.
OBS, cool.
It's online, open broadcast software. It's the same mindset, but again, it's open use, and it will do a ton of stuff. It's not so much from the editing side; it's more from the recording and broadcast side. Mm-hmm. And then there's another free software which is called Resolve, and that's actually a free editing software, kind of like a Camtasia.
Let me put this in here as you are speaking so we can have these notes. So OBS is open broadcast software.
Yeah, it's for video production.
Cast software for video production.
And you can stream directly from it. You could connect it through Zoom and all that kind of stuff. So think about the TV news and when they're green screening and the cutaways and the script, any of the screen stuff, you can do all that in there. And Resolve is kind of like Camtasia. It's
video editing.
It's all video editing. You can put in, take out. Their biggest thing is color correction and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what they were known for.
Nice to know. Okay, so I'll put that on here for our friends who aren't able to join us. Lisa indicated that she had a conflict, so she's not able to join us this morning. And for some reason, I've got the wrong email address for Chris. And so anyway, that's great. So we'll add those on there. So whatever method is easiest for each of you to use, then let's go ahead and get that done. I believe I will try to get on campus Wednesday this week to try to shoot my videos for the electronics as much as possible. Try to get in there Wednesday morning. If you guys want to embrace this, when do you think that you would be able to do your video shooting?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm pretty slammed with things right up to
Yeah.
the start of the semester. So
No, same here. But I got to get it done because my numbers are so bad. They are just really bad. 4 in one, 6 in another. Come on, that's just not going to work.
the hard thing is Frank, I'll be honest with you right now. I don't know how it's going to help your enrollment. I mean, this is next semester, short term.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you can push it out to the high schools, but they're not even in session until another week or two.
Yeah.
And even then, they're lost in space right now, big time.
Well, I feel that as the
Maybe
idea came across the bow, I feel
I
if
agree.
I can, we will.
Maybe
whatever
if the
we
college, if we could
yes.
get the college to promote it through the main website for a program open house kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That might touch more than the directed audience, which is really the high schools and stuff like that.
Yes,
because if they don't know about it, they won't ever see it.
That's true. Okay, so
hey guys, this is Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Oh, hi, Dr. Martin. How are you?
You know me via my email, if nothing else. So I sit at Laney College, so I see what they do. It takes semesters to kind of build up the word about this and get it out, but I can distribute it to my contacts. But you also should plan on putting it on Craigslist. So it'll cost you $75 a posting. They usually ask me to do it simply because I have an easier way of getting reimbursed for it. But I put it in like 4 or 5 places. Put it in people looking for manufacturing jobs. I put it in people looking retail jobs. I put it people looking for hospitality. And then I think I put it in general labor. And then I don't know if there's a skilled labor or not. So, people looking for jobs or people who might say, you know what, I'm ready to go take a class and maybe I'll go full time, but they're looking for jobs. So they're probably looking for a job, but they're also, might just go part-time. If they can find a job, then they can still take a class. So, and then also you get your instructors, especially those who live in the area, but you put it on Nextdoor. If any of you are familiar with that kind of social media site, and then Facebook. Yeah. And then you should definitely get your college PIO to post it on all their social media stuff. And then to get it out to their high school contacts and CBOs and workforce development boards, you just got to get the word out and spread it as widely as possible.
Great. These were a lot of wonderful suggestive comments that you had put in your email, and I didn't put into here, but this is great. Now,
your industry contacts as well, because they might have people who are working that they might want to suggest that they take a class to upgrade their skills or let their workers know about it so they can get those extra skills.
Cool. All right. Well, that's really, really helpful. Thank you for those great suggestions, Dr. Martin. And so, this is really all that I had for the session, was to try to get some interest going and see who is, and yes, truth be told, what we're doing right now, Kurt, you're right. How much is this going to help in the near term? And Dr. Martin, yes, you've seen this, the fruits of these efforts happen over a period of time. We have some time before the semester begins. I'm going to put something together, and I just wanted to see if there were other people who had the time or the energy and the desire to do something similar to what I saw on the Laney thing. This evening, 7:30 is, I think, Los Padanos is doing a virtual tour. I think I saw that as part of the schedule of virtual information sessions in Dr. Martin's email. So maybe maybe good for us to look at that at 7:30 this evening when they have that. I'll reiterate, if you don't have Dr. Martin's email on that, I'll reiterate the shop schedule information for the virtual tours for our group, and let you all take a look at that and see if that's something that's helpful in terms of some good suggestions as to what it is that we can do for promoting our division. So.
Well, we've got Mark on the line. Hey, Mark, are you still doing the sort of the mailer for low enrollment classes?
Yeah, I will. I was actually going to send that out. I thought I'd send it out, but I think I got it in my drafts folder. Your reminder. So I'm going to send that out today and have people, list it out, and then I'll send that out to my contacts.
Great, thank you, sir.
Yeah, and then the one thing is, I think when you do a virtual session, it's a good idea to create a sign up, Google form that people can sign up on in advance for a couple reasons. One, I think Laney was doing it and the others were doing it maybe to prevent people from Zoom bombing, that they didn't put it on their website. I don't know. I'm a little torn about that because I want to make it as easy for people to jump on there, and if you send a follow-up email to say, hey, this is the login information if they miss it or whatever. But even if you are going to post the meeting info or whatever, having a list of emails that people that were interested and maybe they don't show up at the virtual session, you can still go back to them and email them and say, hey, forget it. And if even not this semester and next semester, you can ding them again. So it kind of builds up that marketing list, so to speak. So it doesn't need to be, 5 or 6 questions. And then you can put that link in whatever email or social media stuff you send out. So that's a good idea. Okay.
That's a great idea. All right. Fantastic.
And let me tell you, like the Craigslist ads, when Laney put them up, they would get 3 or, and they might probably get 6 or 7 people show up because of that. How many converted? They definitely, when they would ask people in the classes, I would go out and ask people, since again, I sit right there, and we would get, 3 or so each semester that came via the Craigslist ads. And others they may grab their friends and bring them along too. So those are, even though it costs a little bit of money, I mean, if you convert one person, you more than made up for it in FDES by far. So, okay. For sure. All right. Well, that's what I wanted to, put out there. So anybody else have any other suggestions before we close this session and then go about prepping for whatever it is that we're going to need to do for the fall?
No, good.
No, good.
A couple other thoughts. I think, sorry. Virtually is actually easier, but to do, maybe a couple different sessions, one in the evening for people who are, working during the day and might want to consider it, and then one during the day or even on the weekend. Now, since you're doing it virtually, you can record it and have it posted so that people can come watch it kind of, they obviously can't answer questions synchronously, but they can always email you. So that's the nice thing about doing it virtually is you can put that recording on there and people can kind of go check it out. And again, if you can either do each separately or you can do one where you gather together and then you, if you figure out breakout sessions, people who want to do auto can go into a breakout session and stuff like that. So, okay.
That's great. You're full of ideas. I appreciate that very, very much. All right. Well, then we will. I'll gather all these notes and expand on the PowerPoint that we have, and just have that ready for distribution for our compadres that were not able to be on the quick Zoom this morning, and we'll go from there. So, like I say, I may see your smiling faces on campus this Wednesday if I can move some things around in my schedule and try to get something started with respect to this. So I thank all of you for joining in, and Dr. Martin, especially thank you again for your copious suggestions, all well practiced by other schools and other people.
And if you're worried about like doing the virtual tour thing and video, I mean, if you look at Laney's, Adam Bailog put a lot of time into that. And that's one of his hobbies is the video stuff. Don't sweat it. I mean, even just a quick walk around or nothing. The fact is getting people, you know, online to just understand your program is the first thing. But if you can do those other things, you know, it will help. Okay.
That's great.
All
right. Yeah, that's great.
And call me if you have any questions.
Will do. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. I thank you very much for participating. Have a most wonderful start of the week, and we'll see you when we see you.
Okay,
Thanks, Rick.
sounds good. Thanks.
Bye.